A performance report with CFI, Concrete Foundations of New Hampton, Iowa. The project is a 4-inch concrete overlay on a rural road. They're paving with their new Gomeco GHP 2800, 22 feet wide. And they're paving with Leica Geosystems stringless technology and the Gomeco's proprietary control system on the paver. Iowa is a leader in concrete overlays, with several test overlays in the state, now over 25 years old. We visited with Tom Schmidt, General Manager for Concrete Foundations.
Mitchell and Worth have, in the last 3 years, have done roughly 150 miles of paving in the two counties. And we have been fortunate enough to probably do 45 to 50 of those miles. But we're experimenting with saw cutting and mixed designs and different things to hopefully have a 4-inch overlay last 30, 40 years.
This year, CFI will pave 32 miles of concrete overlay.
I think the Iowa Concrete Paving Association has been really involved with the state and with the counties and done a really good job promoting concrete in the state of Iowa. I think we're the leaders in some aspects in the country for concrete paving.
Concrete Foundations purchased the Gomeco GHP 2800 4-track primarily because of rideability.
Basically, we were looking, when we got into the 2800, we were looking at the 2800 to purchase it. We were looking for rideability. The smoothness specs in Iowa have increased, I guess, greatly over the years. But we're going to be doing some mainline interstate work, and we're looking at running a zero blanking band and trying to maximize our incentives for our smoothness, which has become a very large part of actually bidding jobs is trying to put down a smooth road and maximize our incentive.
Tom said the track line is one of the most important factors in rideability. They had a subcontractor build shoulders along their entire project for that reason.
We have very little draft set in the machine. We've got the pan about as flat as we can get it, and once you have that good stable track line, it really does a nice job.
CFI went stringless 3D and jumped right out with increased production.
We put the Leica system, stringless system on our existing 2600. It's an 05, and from the first day that we put the system on, we lost no production. We actually increased production probably by 1,000 foot. I think the first day we did close to 6,000 foot of paving with the 2600 2-track, and we just got the 2800 online. We started paving on Monday with that. The first day we did 6,600 foot of paving and really haven't lost production. The guys are real comfortable with the Leica system. They're comfortable with the 2800. Gomeco's done a really good job of providing support.
CFI reached their maximum production in an 11-hour day with 8,400 feet. We asked if the crew was just a little bit afraid of the move away from the string line.
Yeah, absolutely. And to tell you the truth, after we decided to purchase the 2800, I walked up to our mainline paving operator and told him that, hey, we had purchased the 2800 and we'd purchased the Leica system for the 28 and the 26. And the first thing out of his mouth was, you know, I'm not very good on computers. I don't like them. I said, well, I don't think you'll have any problem with this, and reassured him. And then he was there during the initial setup on the 26. And within a day and a half, they were all just comfortable with it. It wasn't. It's not so much computer. It's just if you understand paving and you understand profiles and grades, that it's almost like riding a bike. You don't, once you learn it, you don't forget it. And we've graduated one of our other our secondary paving operator is the one who's operating the 2800 now, and he's doing a remarkable job. He's not scared of it. I don't think any of the guys are scared of it anymore. I think everybody was a little apprehensive, but now it's they wouldn't go back to string line if they didn't have to. We wouldn't use string line again.
They chose to go with 4 total stations.
4 total stations, yes. We were going to go with 3. We were advised that that probably would not work. I'm glad we made the decision to go with 4. I think there's just too much hopping around with 3. With 4, I think you're able to take your time, get a little better setup, make sure everything's done right. You only get one chance, otherwise the machine stops. If you set a total station up wrong or a prism wrong and something gets screwed up, the machine will shut down. I mean, if it's not reading, if it doesn't have somewhere to read, it looks out and it says, I need this height, and it can't find it, the machine just stops. And the more these guys run this machine, they'll know, well, hey, Tacky 2 wasn't working, so we have to go back to that total station, recalc it, make sure it's running right, it's leveled up, and then we just hit the on button and go again.
Has that happened today?
That happened with the 2600, where the wind was pushing a total station around so much that we had to actually go back and he had to reset it. And it took virtually 2 minutes to go back, run back, reset it, or they turn, they'll turn it to another robotic station and jump off that one, and that one's dead, as long as they've got enough of them set up. And with 4 of them, that helps. That they can spy off one if the one that's at 20 feet. What happens is they set the total station too close to the paver, too low in the ditch, and when that robotic station peers up, it actually catches the steel ring before the prism and won't let the prism read it. So it's too close, so they had to actually move it back 15 feet so there was a good line of sight to the prism. And then it took right off again.
They hired a company to build the 3D profile for the overlay project.
Building the profile, we hired most of that out to a company at HRS out of New Hampton. They're a survey company that I've worked with the same individual for numerous years and have all the confidence in the world that he'll give us a good smooth profile, and we just have to once we load the profile into the computer, basically you turn the machine on, hit start, and run, and it'll take readings, 9 readings every second, and it's really simplified things as far as being stringless. You don't have to worry about string line, you don't worry about guys tripping on the line, trucks backing over the string line. I guess if we'd have known it was this easy, we would have done it a couple years ago, because it's just it's really it's taken five guys that we normally have setting string and watching the string line, and we can better utilize them in other aspects of the paving train. So we can focus more, I guess, on quality and production instead of worrying about string line up ahead and eyeballing it, as you would say. With the stringless, there's no such thing as eyeballing anymore. It's just, like I said, get a good clean profile, take a look at it on the monitor. We're fortunate enough to have somebody that has had some experience before with stringless paving that we have recently hired. He's done a really good job, and it just, like I say, if we'd have known what we know now, we probably would have done it a couple of years ago. We've been fortunate, like I say, that we do live in the state of Iowa, and we have a manufacturer in the state of Iowa. And we're fortunate enough to have our guys drive. It's a 4-hour drive over to Gromako University. We send 4 to 6 guys there every year for a week, and they learn the machine. So when we do have a breakdown or something doesn't work or something just quits on it, we're able to diagnose, and we know that a lot of the times we'll know exactly what has happened, and we know where to go, what to look for, and what to fix, because the guys have gone to. I've got a paving operator that has been going for the last 7-8 years, ever since we got the 2600 in 2005. we own probably 12 to 13 Gameco machines right now. Cure Textures, 26. We have a 6300 4-track. We've got 2800 now. We've got two 6200s. We even got some old 6000s, little sidewalk pavers that we still use, and we use them. We use them every year. We keep them up and we keep them going, and that's why we stuck with Gameco, because they're right there. They walk us through if there's a problem over the phone, or they can have somebody here in 3-4 hours, and I think it's a big advantage for us.
This has been a performance report with CFI Concrete Foundations with Tom Schmidt, General Manager. On the Gameco GHP 2800, 3D paving on an overlay project in Iowa. Gameco, the worldwide leader in concrete paving technology.